Ugh, ads are such poop. Subscribe to Acast Plus now to skip ads and more for just $1 a month. Click the link in our show notes to learn how. And hey, we're on Patreon too. Your support helps cover the cost of running a podcast. For $2 a month, you can get early access to all our episodes ad-free, plus bonus episodes exclusive to Patreon subscribers only. Visit patreon.com/sacrilegious discourse to sign up now. Welcome to Sacrilegious Discourse.
I'm husband.
And I'm wife.
Together, we're reading the Bible for the very first time.
We grew up without religion and wanted to know what all the fuss was about.
Well, what have we learned so far?
That God is a dick, and apparently some people believe in talking donkeys?
We're not trying to pass ourselves off as experts.
Nope, we're just reading the Bible for the first time and giving our first take reaction.
If you'd like to join us in this venture, you might consider starting at episode 1.
Otherwise, jump in wherever you like.
All right, let's go read the Bible.
Yeah, let's get to it. Husband!
Wife!
Do you remember what happened last Friday?
I believe Job was going on about his friends who, needing to back off and stuff, and you suggested in the comments of the episode that he should just fart on their toothbrushes.
Actually, Job was not going off. His friend was.
Oh. Well, still,
so far,
Job should still fart on their toothbrushes.
Yeah, I did suggest that in the summary.
Right.
Yeah.
Because they kind of suck.
They
do.
I
was wrong. I'm sorry. I apologize.
You just read my summary.
Your summary sucked.
I know. I was just
But I did like the farting on toothbrushes bit.
Well, I was like, damn, I don't remember what happened on Friday. And so I looked and I was like, I did a bad summary. I just realized that if I'm annoyed with the chapter, I should in no way whatsoever be responsible for writing the summary.
Right.
But yeah, it was Zophar was doing more of his you suck bullshit.
Yeah. Okay.
And, that's why Job should fart on his toothbrush.
Definitely should fart on his toothbrush. Yeah. I agree.
Yeah.
So that was Job chapter 20.
Sure as fuck was.
And today we're going to be getting into
Job chapter 21.
Let's go do this.
Okie dokie. Okay, Job chapter 21.
Okay.
Then Job replied, "Listen carefully to my fucking words. Let this be the fucking consolation you give me, assholes. Bear with me while I speak, and after I have spoken, go ahead and mock on."
Yeah, just keep, mocking.
Mocking.
You mockers.
You scoffing mocker. Oh, that was good. That was so good. You scoffing mocker. I mean, he's basically saying, can you shut the fuck up for just a minute, and then you can continue being an ass.
Right.
Is my complaint directed to a human being? Why should I not be impatient? Sorry, I had a hard time getting my words out. Look at me and be appalled. Clap your hand over your mouth. When I think about this, I am terrified. Trembling seizes my body. Why?
Yeah. No, I don't know.
I didn't really.
I almost mumbled something, but then I'm like, whatever. He's
still going on.
Yeah.
It's still the same.
Right.
Except that I really did like where he's like, you can mock me in just a minute, but let me have my say. Again, for like the third time.
Yeah.
Why do the wicked live on, growing old and increasing in power? I mean, that question applies today.
Right.
They see their children established around them, their offspring before their eyes. Their homes are safe and free from fear. The rod of God is not on them.
Right.
I mean,
that's a valid question.
A valid question. Like, did you know Nepo baby was like one of the newest words added to the dictionary?
Nepo baby?
Nepo baby.
The fuck is that?
Nepotism.
Yeah, I know what nepotism is.
A Nepo baby is a person, like, right now it is being applied specifically to children of celebrities who are specifically known to be celebrities purely based on who their parents are.
Got it. Okay.
So, for example, Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith's children, what's their names? Yeah, I forgot their names.
Right.
But anyway, they're famous.
Right.
And
they're famous because
they're Nepo babies.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. So this question is ages old.
Yeah.
You know?
No, definitely.
Their bulls never fail to breed. Their cows calve and do not miscarry. They send forth their children as a flock. Their little ones dance about.
Sounds like God's slacking here. Why is he letting these people thrive? And
it's not just why do bad things happen to good people, but why do bad people thrive?
Right.
That's two separate questions, and he's asked the other one, now he's asking this one.
Right. No, I mean, he's, like we said before, Job is asking the right questions, good questions.
Yeah.
You know?
Fair questions.
Right.
They sing to the music of timbrel and lyre. They make merry to the sound of the pipe. They spend their years in prosperity and go down to the grave in peace. Yet they say to God, leave us alone. We have no desire to know your ways. Who is the Almighty that we should serve him? What will we gain by praying to him?
Right.
But their prosperity is not in their own hands, so I stand aloof from the plans of the wicked. Yet how often is the lamp of the wicked snuffed out? How often does calamity come upon them? The fate God allots in his anger.
Apparently not very often.
Not often enough, I can tell you that.
Right.
Karma needs to step up.
Right, yeah.
How often are they like straw before the wind? Like chaff? Chaff swept away by a gale. A Dorothy gale?
Sure.
It is said, God stores up the punishment of the wicked for their children. Let him repay the wicked so that they themselves will experience it. Let their own eyes see their destruction.
I've always thought that was bullshit. Like, you know how God does punish like the 10 generations past or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Well, I think it's just like, it's a reason to excuse bad people that are alive.
Yeah.
Like, no one's going to track whether the kids have a bad time or not.
Yeah.
Because everybody's going to be dead that would have cared.
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't matter what you say. You're just like, well, God's going to get them down the road.
Yeah, God will get them eventually.
You know, like, it's a way of to push it off. And I don't understand. Like, this is another problem I have with religion is that you're living your life in fear of this entity for, for what you are doing today, as opposed to just living your life.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why? Obviously, the wicked people don't give a fuck.
Right.
So why should you give a fuck? Doesn't mean you have to be wicked, but like, why should you live in fear of something that is not even punishing the wicked people?
That's true. That is a good question. Like, just be the best you can be, just for the reason of being good.
Right.
Like, without reward and without fear of punishment.
Yeah.
Just you do you and don't bug other people.
When you realize that morality is on you, it's a whole different ballgame.
It really is. It forces you to like really question why you do the things you do.
Right.
And to be responsible for them. Yeah.
No, I agree. It's you have to, I don't know. And the funny thing is that most people I shouldn't caveat that with, but there's a lot of people that are not religious that I think are some of the best people on the planet.
Mm-hmm.
So I have there's no comparison. Like, some of the worst people I know are religious.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, like, to me, it's almost, I know more people that are good that aren't religious versus people that are religious.
Yeah.
And
same.
it's crazy.
Same. I think because people who are religious can excuse their bad behavior.
Right.
And somehow they think that they're not supposed to be held to a higher standard. And I'm like, yo, I'm not the one walking around praising God.
Right.
You are. You put on that shiny hat with the blinky lights.
Yeah.
Walking around talking about it. So you don't get to do that and not hold yourself to a higher standard.
Yeah.
By putting on that fucking hat, you are automatically claiming that you live to a higher standard. Therefore, you better hold yourself to a higher standard.
Right.
Because I sure as fuck am.
Right.
I am holding you to a higher standard.
Yeah.
And therefore, when you go forth and rape a child, the action itself is not worse than an atheist raping a child, but it feels worse because you promised you wouldn't.
Right.
The atheist never did. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, I'm just like, you have the added hypocrisy on top of the crime itself.
Sure.
The crime itself is heinous, horrible, rotten, and bad. But then on top of that, you've got this additional emotional.
Well, it's like the hang up with the trans community right now,
Mm-hmm.
right? They're saying that they're hurting children, and I'm like, okay, who would you like? The trope is Who would you rather have in the room with your kid? A priest or a trans person?
A trans person, hands down.
Right? Yeah.
I mean,
like, there's no question about that.
Yeah. Duh.
So, like, whatever.
I mean, I'm not about priests right now. But...
Yeah, no. Not many are. Well, I mean, not many in our community are, for sure.
Right? Okay, so anyway, we interrupted them in Job in the middle of a sentence.
Sorry.
Let their own eyes see their destruction. Let them drink the cup of the wrath of the Almighty. For what do they care about the families they leave behind when their allotted months come to an end? Can anyone teach knowledge to God since he judges even the highest? Oh, shit. He's like, can somebody slip a Post-it note on dude's desk?
Right, yeah. No, I mean, it doesn't make any sense why he would punish kids.
Yeah.
It never made any sense.
Nope. One person dies in full vigor, completely secure and at ease, well-nourished in body, bones rich with marrow. Another dies in bitterness of soul, never having enjoyed anything good. Side by side they lie in the dust, and worms cover them both. I know full well what you are thinking, the schemes by which you would wrong me. You say, where now is the house of the great, the tents where the wicked lived? Have you never questioned those who travel? Have you paid no regard to their accounts? That the wicked are spared from the day of calamity, that they are delivered from the day of wrath. Who denounces their conduct to their face? Who repays them for what they have done?
Right.
They are carried to the grave, and watch is kept over their tomb. That's true. The soil in the valley is sweet to them. Everyone follows after them, and a countless throng goes before them. So how can you console me with your nonsense? Nothing is left of your answers but falsehood. The end.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, he's laying it on.
Facts.
Yeah. No, I mean.
You know what I appreciated about this? This was all anger and going off, and this was not wallowing.
Right.
Not that he doesn't have the right to wallow.
Yeah. No, and I didn't feel a lot of need to comment. He was kind of handling my job for me.
Yeah.
This was a good chapter. Dude, you're laying it on thick here, Joe.
This was a real good chapter.
I liked it. Yeah. He
was like, somebody needs to say something because there's a lot of evil in the world. Y'all are worried about me, and I haven't done anything when you know goddamn good and well that guy over there did. No, I don't see you over there in his face.
I find this, like, I feel like, believers need to read this book. Yeah. Like, it's got a lot of very good questions in it. Mm-hmm. And things that people should be thinking about if you are going to be religious. So, yeah. And more than just, like, the answers that your pastor gives you. You should think about this for yourself. Yeah. So, I mean, I really appreciate Job right now.
So do I.
I'm sure it's going to turn around and we're going to come back to God and the whole 9 yards there. Sure. But obviously, we're in the Bible, so that's expected. But the questions he's asking are just amazing.
They really are, considering that they're in the Bible.
Right.
Is what makes them amazing.
Yeah, no, it's really cool.
Context is everything.
Yep. So that was Job chapter 21.
Sure as fuck was.
And we will be back tomorrow with
Job chapter 22.
We'll see you guys then.
Bye.
Hey, wife, I guess that's the end?
But husband, that's just sad.
It doesn't have to be. We are on lots of social media platforms like Twitter. Our handle there is sacrilegious_D.
For D's nuts.
Oh my God. Stop doing that. Anyway, we're also on Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest. There's a link to all of our social media sites at our website.
Ooh, we have a website?
Yeah, it's sacrilegiousdiscourse.com, where you can also find a link to our merch shop.
We have a merch shop?
Yep. We have podcast-themed clothing, mugs, notebooks, and more, as well as an atheist and science-themed products.
Wow, our fans should really go check that out right now.
Definitely. They can get in touch with us by sending an email to sacrilegiousdiscourse@gmail.com. But before they do that, we could really use some help.
Oh yeah? With what?
Well, it's not free running the podcast, and we need some financial support in order to get better equipment, which will free up time so we can concentrate on our podcast and our fans.
Okay, so what should they do?
Head over to patreon.com/sacrilegiousdiscourse and sign up as a contributor on our podcast. Supporters there receive additional bi-weekly episodes that we record just for our Patreon members for as little as $2 a month.
Also, we'd really appreciate it if you would like and subscribe on whatever platform you're using.
And Apple Podcast reviews help us out tremendously.
Like and subscribe. Leave an Apple review. Join us on Twitter. Support us on Patreon. That's a lot of instructions. Don't forget to say thanks.
Thanks.
Okay, bye.